Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex here. Today we are here more F1 2014 co-op career mode, and I'm sorry this video was supposed to come out on Wednesday, but I didn't get around to editing it in time, so I'm sorry about that. And yeah, so that's just a bit unfortunate, but it will be back to Wednesdays all the time, and MotoGP will be back to Fridays all the time. So just for this week they're reversed around, but it should be reversed back for next week. So in less than a week's time we'll see another episode of this. But here we are in Spain for the next round of the season. And I've got to say, we've had a pretty decent season so far. We've got some really good results, including a win, and just hoping to build on it here today in Spain. Not the best of qualifying results for me or Will, but at the end of the day, you can't win them all. So we're just looking here for some decent points. Doesn't really need to be a podium or anything, as long as we can just secure some points here and in Monaco, both tracks that neither of us are very good at. That'd be pretty good. But they can see that Vettel on pole position. There's me in 10th position, and Will, I think, yeah, 18th position, so he didn't have a very good qualifying at all. But skipping back to me, and you can see we're in 10th position. Had Alonso, the home hero, in front of us here, and behind us we've got Grosjean, who had a pretty decent qualifying there to finish 11th. It was actually intermediate conditions in quali, but lights out and away we go here in Spain. And it's a track where tyre wear is just terrible, and we've just got to really manage that throughout the race. And Rosberg, I think, had a terrible qualifying. You can see in my left mirror, I think he qualified 15th, but here we are down into turn 1 here. See Will braking incredibly late, so I'll give him a gap on the inside so no penalties or anything occur. So Will goes through. He had a pretty crazy start, 18th to 10th for him, and I've actually lost the position out of all of this. I got from 10th to 11th, and a little bit of contact there with Rosberg. I was going slightly sideways, and there once again, I'm not too sure what Rosberg was doing here, but he was going incredibly slowly, so that kind of sucked. It meant that we got held up a little bit there and lost some positions here. First lap is when you need to be gaining some position, so dive it down the inside of Alonso and Hulkenberg. Now we've got Perez here trying to run wheel to wheel with him, and we managed to get past him. Magnussen, can we get past him here? Braking that a little bit later, but we can't run side by side with him, so we give him space and managed to keep 8th position, which is still pretty decent. Still a couple of positions gained, but when I can see Will, who went from 18th up to, I think, is currently in 5th, it's kind of a bit unfortunate to see him. So for my championship, it's unfortunate to see him so far go far up the order, because he's just not going too well, and obviously I'm trying to battle him in the championship as much as anyone else, so I need to be trying to gain in my positions and get up to the back of him. But now we've got Magnussen in front of us here. How are we going to get around him? Well, obviously we know we've got a good car in a straight line, so looking to move past him on the straight would be a good place. But now the final chicane, which I just really don't like. I wish they got rid of it and went back to the old layout, but around the final turn as well, just not the greatest runs, and losing the slipstream of Magnussen, meaning what, 0.6 of a second gap between me and him. So we've still got a pretty decent run here. You can see going down to turn 1 we're not exactly losing time, but we're not going to be able to get the position into turn 1. And you can see Will's trying to get past, I think that's Button in P4, so they're trying to battle it out for 4th position and maybe get past him and get onto the podium, or get past someone else I should say, and get onto the podium if they're battling for 4th there. So for me, really, this is a race of, damage limitation. I'm not good at Spain whatsoever. You guys would have seen that from my career mode. I'm not great at Monaco either. Obviously, in my career mode in Monaco, I just pretty much held up everyone throughout the whole race, which wasn't really that fun for you guys to watch or for me to do. So hopefully in this career mode, the co-op career mode, where it's on an easier difficulty, hopefully we can actually have some good fun around here in Spain and in Monaco too. But here we are, Magnussen. I don't know what he's doing on the apex of the corner, going about half speed, but yeah, that's how we got around him. A little bit of contact, but when he just suddenly stops, that's not really much I can do here. But now we've, thanks to that, caught up to the back of Will and Raikkonen, who are now squabbling for 5th place here, and that would be 10 points, which would be very important for me in the championship and Will. So I think Will is leading the championship, so for him he's got to really do something here, because Hamilton out in the front 2 positions currently. He needs to be getting more positions than that currently. He can't finish in 5th, I don't think, and still get a decent. I don't think he can. I don't know whether he can still lead the championship or not if he finishes 5th. But here we are. We're going on the attack here. Raikkonen and Will. And Will's going defensive, but we go on to the pit lane road. But we do keep 2 wheels on the track. But we manage to get down the inside into turn 1. Obviously, guys, this isn't supposed to be a super serious career mode here. It's just supposed to be a bit of fun. So, something like that hopefully won't happen too much, but it might happen. But you can see me and Will had a little bit of contact there, and Raikkonen actually ended up spinning round because he crashed into the back of Will and spun himself around. So For us, that's not too bad. It means that Raikkonen, you can see on the mini-maps, just falling down the field to last place here. And now I'm trying to battle Will here, but he managed to get a good run on the exit. He does the old over and under and managed to get back up into 5th place there. So he's back into a good points-paying position. I mean, 6th isn't bad, but it's still obviously less points. And now we've got Magnussen challenging us. We've lost a bit of time, you can see, to Will here. And we both go into the gravel here. And I'm sliding all over the place. And Magnussen gets past here. I was thinking, do I dive down the inside? But I don't want to do things silly. We all know that you can get penalties and stuff from like the Bahrain race that we did. I got a penalty for absolutely nothing. So online is obviously a little bit more temperamental than the normal career mode, because obviously there's lag and everything. So getting penalties and stuff is just so much more horrible. But we decided to sort of double stack in the pit lane here because I didn't want to lose too much time because the tyres were just going off here. So luckily we didn't lose too much time here, just the rear jack man. We lost about maybe 1-2 seconds there with the rear jack man just standing there. So it didn't lose too much time there. A 3.6 second stop. Yeah, probably a little bit down on what you'd say is normal, but not terrible stuff. And yeah, getting out of the pit lane in 12th position here. Obviously we'll gain on some other cars that pit in the next lap, but if we do skip ahead to the next couple of laps, we just weren't having a good race, and we ended up just skipping ahead here to lap number 16 because really there wasn't that much racing going on. And this is when the race really got interesting, because Will, he got out in what, 6th place I think, and he just sort of ended up losing tyre grip towards the end of the stint. So basically I was catching by a little bit every single lap, and I finally got into the DRS zone of Alonso and the two Force Indias and Will. So this is my chance to capitalise on this and hopefully get some more decent points, because we ended up coming out of the pits in 10th. So we lost a lot of time, I guess, because of the double stacking. We did lose time in the end in comparison to everyone else. So we came out behind Alonso in that lot. But this is when the race really got interesting as we caught up to them towards the end of the race here. And I'm thinking, no, we can't do anything into this final turn here, so we're going to have to be sensible. And I was driving smoothly, my tyres weren't actually going off too badly in the end of this one. The wheels were going off a lot worse than mine, but I think overall I did a pretty good race in terms of tyre conservation in the second half of the race. Definitely a lot better than normal for me, but obviously getting DRS down the first, or the main straight, not really doing much because we weren't close enough. But looks like the two Force Indias are going side by side here. And is Alonso going to get caught up in that? Yes, he is. We're going sideways, but Alonso hasn't got caught up in it enough, but he's looking to the inside here. I think it's Perez, and he brakes super early. We managed to get around the outside of him there, and Alonso down to P10, which is unfortunate for him. But now Perez and maybe Hulkenberg, can we get past either of them? Well, it'd be good to get past just one of them really, because it means we can get those extra points in the championship. But this is it really. We can't try twice. Pretty much only got a couple of chances at all, but we've got to make the move that we do make here on Perez and maybe Hulkenberg stick, because we can't obviously get the position back. Danny Ricciardo somehow gets the race wins. That's good for him. Nice to see someone different winning in these co-op career modes. And now Perez Hulkenberg very, very close here, and Will, I think, is starting to slow up a bit here. He told me when we were talking on Skype that he's slowing up a little bit here to try and make them back into each other, because obviously a little bit of team tactics here to try and make me get a position here. So you can see here going slowly, and I go for the move down the inside here. It wasn't even supposed to be a move on Hulkenberg, but we make contact with Hulkenberg, and one of the most outrageous penalties I think I've ever seen. 20-second penalty for that. Really? I mean, you could have just said give the position back. That would have been so much more understandable. But a 20-second penalty puts me down to 14th place. And Will, I think, finished in 6th overall. So, guys, I could 100% understand it. Maybe give the position back up to Hulkenberg there. Which, he was still 9th. So I'd have still got top 10 finish after all that. But it's just so disappointing. Will manages to get 6th and 8 points. So that's good for Williams. But unfortunately for us, we do lose the championship lead in both. Will loses the championship lead for Williams in this, which we'll see in a second now, which is just unfortunate, because obviously we want to be doing good, but that's just not how it worked out. But here we are. We're going to have a quick look at the co-op standings here. So if we go on to that, we'll see that Will has lost the lead of the championship, and Hamilton now is leading. Will is in 2nd, Ricciardo, Vettel, then me. I'm in 5th, 52 points, so quite a long way now. 30 odd points behind Hamilton and about 20 odd points behind Will. And if you look down the order there, you can see where everyone else is. Chilton is in last place. But yeah, that is it for this video, guys. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Remember to hit that like button if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you're new around here and want to see more in the future. But until next time, it's been Axmad. Goodbye.